have some papers here for you to sign. Shirley? Chairman of the board's office. No, this is not the chairman of the board. Darn it. Who's calling, please? You're calling for the president of the United States? Well, he's not here either. You're calling.
Yes, this is Miss Simmons' secretary. May I help you? The White House.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. The president wants to speak to Miss Simmons. She's not here. No, but I know where you can reach her. 555-3278.
What?
Hi, Duke. Hi, Max.
Morning, Shirley. Well, how far did you jog today?
Oh, must have been 3 miles.
I tell you, I don't understand your health nuts. I don't jog, I don't play tennis, racquetball. I eat what I want, smoke, drink, stay up to all hours. And look at me. Just as sick today as I was 20 years ago.
Well, I'm starving, Max. Have you got any fresh pineapples and cottage cheese?
Shirley, you're a friend. I wouldn't want anybody to hear this, but the cottage cheese went bad. It's disgusting. Yeah.
Then I'll just have some fresh pineapple.
You're better off with the cottage cheese.
Who? Shirley Simmons, hang on a second. Shirley, it's for you.
Huh?
Some guy named Johnny Carter or Jimmy Cartwright or something. Hey, can you kind of hurry up? I'm expecting a phone call. Thank you.
Hello? Who? Oh, sure, Your Honor. I'm Miss Lillian. Gee, some people have nothing better to do than play practical jokes. Hello? Look, sucker, will you stop bugging me?
Who was it?
Oh, some old turkey doing a bad impression of Jimmy Carter. Just couldn't even get on the gong show with that act.
Shirley, did he get hold of you? Who? President Carter. The White House was trying to reach you. I told them you might be here. Didn't he get hold of you?
Wait a minute. Hold on. You mean the President Carter? That's the Carter that's the president of the United States?
President Jimmy Carter.
Well, he must have called on the phone. But I didn't know, so he called and I said, your mama, and then he said something. I said, sucker, and then I didn't know.
Shirley, what did you do?
I hung up on him.
You hung up on the president. She just hung up on the president.
Huh?
Twice.
Are you crazy? That's a federal offense. And it happened in my place. That makes me an accomplice. I could be deported to the old country. Spend the rest of my life in Cleveland.
Hey, but look, we gotta do something.
I'm sorry.
Hello? Mr. President, sir. Mr. President, yes, sir. What's happening? Hang on, she's right here. It's him. The president, girl. Yes.
Hello, this is Shirley Simmons. Yes. What can I do for you, Mr. President, sir? Yes.
Hey, Max, give me a cheeseburger.
Dennis, take off your hat.
For a cheeseburger? Forget it, man. I just have a cup of coffee and keep it on.
It's the President of the United States she's talking to.
The president? Hey, Shirley, let me talk to him.
Dennis, will you come?
Come on. How you doing, Mr. President? This is Dennis. I just want to tell you, I think you're doing a great job in Washington. Why don't you let some of it spill out into the rest of the country?
Yes, sir. This is Shirley again, sir. Yes, sir, I'm listening. Yep. Right, sir, I can do that. Well, I can do that? Well, I can definitely do that. Thank you. I can't do that.
Do what?
Y'all want me to tell you, don't
Come on, Shirley.
Well, you know, I, Shirley Simmons,
Right, Shirley.
Raymond Edna's little daughter.
Yeah.
She's the president of the United States. United States.
What?
Well, he recommended me for a seat on the American Youth Advisory Council.
Yeah!
Hey!
We got some money.
Jose!
I know.
Coffee for Shirley. American Youth Advisory Council. Why, that's terrific. What an honor. What the hell is the American Youth Advisory Council?
Beats me. Hi, everybody.
Oh, hi, Shirley.
Hello, Miss Simmons. I was just telling Stone here how delighted I am with your new appointment. I couldn't find the exact words to express my feelings, but...
Yes, I was helping him. We got up to lousy.
Quiet, you
and
nitwit.
Oh, Shirley, here I have this acceptance speech prepared for you.
Acceptance speech for what?
Well, for your appointment to the American Youth Advisory Council. The hearings start tomorrow.
Oh, forget that. I'm not going to do that. I got enough trouble working here.
Oh, well, don't worry about us. Go with our blessing and do good works. Help the little underprivileged kiddies. Start a halfway house. Preferably one halfway to Rangoon.
No. I'm staying right here.
Well, Shirley, if you're really not going to accept the president's offer, we ought to send a telegram to the White House.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay, take this down, please. Say, dear Mr. President, previous appointment makes it impossible for me to accept your offer. Thank you.
What previous appointment?
Well, on Monday nights, I take Evan to see midget wrestling.
But you've got to go to the hearing. The senators are arriving tomorrow. Oh, we let all the information out to the press. We even got you booked on The Tonight Show.
Now, see, that's what I mean. If I was on Johnny Carson's show, I wouldn't even know what to say.
Well, say what everybody else says. Where's Johnny tonight?
I just don't belong on that committee. I'm no authority on you.
But Shirley, you...
No.
Mr. Cushing, you've got to get her to change her mind.
Why? This is the first time I've ever agreed with her.
But what about the press? Think how embarrassed we'll be if she doesn't show up.
I'm still working on how embarrassed we'll be if she does.
But the reputation of Grayson Enterprise is at stake.
I suppose you're right.
I am?
Miss Simmons, you're making a mountain out of a molehill. This committee shouldn't be any trouble to you. You only have to show up once or twice a year. Something I wish you would start doing at the office.
Once or twice a year?
That's all. Some of these committees are only ceremonial.
Well, hold it. What about the kids these committees are supposed to help?
We cannot waste good tax dollars on every problem child in the country.
Yeah, but they need help.
They certainly do.
A lot.
Yes, a lot.
You bleeding hearts are all alike. Most of these kids are incorrigible.
Well, people like you might not want to help, but hey, this mama is going to help them. I'm going to do it.
Wonderful.
Nancy, I want you to cancel all my appointments for tomorrow and call the hairdresser.
Hairdresser?
Yes, for me, Cush. Certainly not for you.
Miss Simmons, before the hearing starts, do you mind answering a few questions for the record?
Miss Simmons, what
Miss
about your
Simmons, I'd like to know if you'll
qualifications?
be-
How are you?
Wait, back off. One at a time. Oh, this is my good side, baby.
Miss Simmons, as one of our most influential industrialists, who do you plan to support in 1980?
The same people I have always supported. My mother, my father, 2 cousins in Detroit.
Miss Simmons, as candidate for the Youth Council, do you believe in the adage, youth is wasted on the young?
Well, maybe, but old age won't help him either.
What was your reaction
Please,
when the
please,
president...
gentlemen. Miss Simmons has to get ready. The senators are coming.
I'm going to get a glass of water.
Where are you going? There's water here on the table.
No, my doctor insisted that I only drink from my kitchen faucet. Bye.
Would you please sit down and relax?
Okay. I'm going to sit down. I don't think I'm going to relax. Hey, Cush.
Yes?
I get the hiccups when I get nervous.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, the senators are coming.
Oh, you're lucky. I know the one in the middle. Went to school with him. Piggy Peters.
Piggy? He looks like a county gentleman.
Always figured him for a career in politics.
Really?
Yes, he was always a promising young man and didn't keep one of them.
This Senate hearing is now in session. Is Miss Shirley Simmons here?
Yes, I am. She is me. I am her, Shirley Simmons.
Yes, well, but all 3 of you please sit down. So we can start these proceedings.
Miss Simmons, I'm Senator Erskine. That's Senator Yarnell on the end, and our chairman, Senator Peters. Now, you just sit back and relax. and take your time.
Thank you, thank you.
Well, you'll have to forgive Miss Simmons. She has a little stuttering problem whenever she's nervous.
Could we get started, please? Now, for the record, would you state your full name?
Barton Buckley Stone.
No, the lady, please.
Oh.
Would you please state, for the record, your full name?
My name...
Will somebody kind of get a glass of water or something?
Miss Simmons, now you're just going to have to relax.
Well, perhaps as Miss Simmons' legal representative, I can speak for her, if Miss Simmons doesn't mind. Miss Simmons doesn't mind. Her name is Shirley Simmons. She lives at 2402 Miller Drive, and she'd be happy to answer all of your questions. What'd you like to ask me?
Thank you, Mr. Stone, for throwing a flood of light on the situation. Now, can we proceed with the question of Miss Simmons? Senator Erskine.
Miss Simmons, how do you feel about the underprivileged youth of America?
Well, Miss Simmons thinks...
Stoney, I'm okay now.
She's okay now.
Senators, I don't think enough has been done for the kids. I mean, they need a chance. And I think they need some of the privileges of the privileged.
I agree with you, Miss Simmons. I have a question. Miss Simmons, do you feel that the proper guidance of our youth would be forthcoming from an individual with a criminal background?
No, no way.
Well, you have just made our job much simpler. Thank you, Miss Simmons.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming. For the record, Miss Simmons has voluntarily disqualified herself.
What? Say what?
What are you talking about?
Well, since Miss Simmons fears that somebody with a criminal background would not be a good influence on the youth of America, she could not possibly take a seat on the President's Youth Council.
Why not?
Miss Simmons has an arrest record for theft.
What? Well, that's ridiculous. Absurd and a pack of lies. You don't have any proof. Don't you realize you can be charged with A, malicious slander, B, defamation of character, not to mention C, libel?
Stone, it's true.
Or D, none of the above?
Miss Simmons, Senator Peters has charged that because of your criminal record, you are unfit to serve on the President's Youth Advisory Council. Do you have any comment? This is Cindy Merkel, Channel 12 News at the courthouse.
Come on, we only have 15 minutes to prepare a rebuttal.
We don't need 15 minutes. It's quite simple. We get Miss Simmons to resign as chairman of the board on the grounds of moral turpitude. She makes a public apology to the press, and at that time I volunteer my services to the committee. Stone, get me a book on kids.
Book on kids.
Do you have any comment? This is Cindy Merkel, Channel 12 News at the courthouse.
Oh, hi, honey.
Hi.
We just watched you on the news.
What do you think?
Here you go.
Well, I not only made a fool of myself today at the hearing, but I think I blew my job at Grayson Enterprises. Oh, but it doesn't matter, because I'm not going back to either one.
Oh, surely it does matter.
If it comes to that, we'll get along. We managed somehow before Grayson, and we can always do it again.
Besides, Shirley, that little incident happened a long time ago. I mean, it's just like a politician to take a cheap shot and bring it up just to get some publicity.
Well, cheap shot or not, if I go back, I'm just like Joan of Arc singing, "Come on, baby, light my fire."
Honey, now, you know I love you, and whatever you decide to do, it's okay with me. But even when you were a little girl, didn't I always tell you never to run away from a problem?
I know, Dad.
Now, when you have a problem, you just have to look it straight in the eye. You remember when you were 10 years old and that big bully used to bother you on the way to school? Well, you didn't run away from him, did you?
No, sir.
And when he tried to bother you again, you took care of it. I mean, you faced him and you looked him straight in the eye.
Yeah, well, I took care of him, but it was tough looking him straight in the eye.
Why?
I was sitting on his head.
Yeah, well, that's my point now, Shirley. I mean, honey, from where I sit, you got two choices. You can quit and lose your self-respect, or you can go back there and let them know who Shirley Simmons is.
You're right. There's only one thing left for me to do. Just give it another shot.
Right.
Yeah. Well, the choice is yours, Shirley. Either read this apology to the committee that I wrote for you, or cop out and take the fifth.
Well, you my lawyer, Stoney. What do you recommend?
I think you should read the apology.
Right.
Well, I'm surprised you have the audacity to show up. I would have thought by now you'd have changed your name, packed up your ineptitude, and made for the border.
Well, I had a little talk with two of my most trusted advisors, and they have convinced me just to come back here and set this record straight.
Here come the senators.
Remember, the reporters are going to make the most of this. Just apologize quickly and get it over with. If you handle it right, you can be on a bus in 20 minutes. Oh, and in case we're separated by an angry mob, I'll say goodbye now.
This hearing is now in session. Is Miss Shirley Simmons ready to continue?
She is, your senator?
Miss Simmons?
Senator Peters, before you go on, I would like to read this statement.
Certainly, Miss Simmons. After all, this is not a trial, just a hearing. I would ask you, however, to be brief.
Well, it won't take long.
After all, we do have important work to do. Speaking for myself, I'm currently hard at work on legislation to provide low-cost housing, higher income for our construction workers, lower taxes, increase the benefits to our elderly, and provide a 4-day work week and increase American production with liberty and justice for all. Thank you very much. So you can see, Miss Simmons, my priorities.
Oh, I see. You're running for office again.
Now, Miss Simmons, there's no need to be impertinent.
Well, I'm sorry if I am, and I'll keep my impertinence short. But I was just wondering, why was I picked for this committee in the first place?
Someone must have felt you were qualified. Well, they obviously didn't know about your criminal background.
Well, I'm here to confess.
Oh, confess? Just a moment, Miss Simmons.
You think it's too late to call our broker and dump our stock?
Don't be a fool. Call the caterer. We're going to have a victory party.
Please, continue, Miss Simmons.
Well, see, it happened 15 years ago. See, that's when me and my family was very poor. Because my father was doing the best he could, but our medical bills got heavy because my mother got worse. I think she knew she wasn't going to make it. Well, anyhow, I got this job at this hamburger joint, trying to help out, see. So one night I took home this pack of frozen patties.
Oh, but you admit you stole that pack of patties.
Well, yes, I do. See, at the time I was doing it, in the back of my mind, I thought, well, it might not be right. See, but after my father froze my patties, I knew definitely that I had done the wrong thing.
Well, the fact is that somewhere in your past you showed criminal tendencies.
Well, now, wait, now, the fact is that the charge was dismissed because I worked the night to pay it off.
Right, now.
And, I mean, listen, one theft does not show tendency. Even if it does, can it change?
I very much doubt that.
Oh, in other words, you're saying if I can't change, those kids can't change either.
Kids?
Oh, yeah, you remember kids, they're shorter than adults. You remember them? Yeah. Look here, are you saying that they can't be helped either?
Look, they can be helped. They just can't be changed.
Well, I know one thing that can change. Senators every 6 years. Well, come on, guys. Listen, I used to be one of these kids, and with your attitude, you couldn't help me, let alone the kids of today.
Now, that's just about enough out of you.
Well, no, now listen to this. I am one person that should be sitting on this committee. But, hey, if you don't want me to sit on this committee, kiss my seat goodbye.
I, for one, don't need to hear anything else. Obviously, Miss Simmons is not qualified. I think there's nothing more to be said.
Yes, there is. Yes, there is. Senators, may I say a few words, please?
Enough has already been said, sir.
Just a minute, Piggy. Piggy Peters. That's what they called you at Dartmouth, didn't they, Senator Peters? Right up until the day you played the part of Lady Macbeth and refused to give back the costume?
Hush up.
I'm not here to rattle any more skeletons in anybody's closets. Lord knows we all have them. I just feel that Miss Simmons has been treated disgracefully.
Here, here.
You hush up. This is supposed to be a hearing to pick advisors for a youth committee. Now, senators, I ask you, what do bankers, financiers, and senators know about underprivileged youth? Now, that young lady who just walked out of this meeting reminded us that she was once one of them. Now, I ask you in all honesty, doesn't she have a better chance of communicating with these youths than we do?
Here, here.
Are you finished, sir?
Not quite. In summation, as a colleague of mine remarked at a recent luncheon meeting, you suckers better get your act together.
That's it from the Channel 3 6 o'clock news. See you tomorrow.
Well, look who's here. Our next senator from California.
Yeah.
Just watch me take on those senators on the news. I'm telling you, all it needed was Howard Cosell to give a blow-by-blow description.
Well, I lost my cool. Guess I made a fool of myself, didn't I?
Well, no. From where I was sitting, it looked like you made a fool out of them.
But they didn't need me for that.
Mr. Cushing, Mr. Stone.
Hello, Mrs. Simmons, Mr. Simmons.
Hi, Raymond.
Is Shirley in? We'd like to talk to her.
Mr. Cushing, thank you so very much for saying all those nice things about Shirley.
He said nice things about me?
He certainly did.
Hello, Miss Simmons.
So what happened, Cush?
Well, I guess a bolt of inspiration came down from heaven and told me what to say. To save Grayson Enterprises and you.
Yes, I guess he's just a born-again capitalist. How'd you like to be a born-again committee member?
Oh, come on. Those senators won't change their minds, not after what I said about their committee.
But they did.
Because of what I said?
No, because of what the president said. The president called personally after he saw your speech and mine on TV. And Miss Simmons, he wants you on that committee.
It's a mandate. Or a woman date. Person date.
Hello? Oh, yes. No. I appreciate you calling. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so, too. I think everybody's entitled to one mistake. Mm-hmm. Me, too. People should be given a second chance. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, okay, hey, well, you've helped me make up my mind. I thank you so much for calling. Bye. Okay, gang, I'm going to do it.
Come on. Who was that?
Richard Nixon. Hi, Stoney.
Oh, hi, Shirley. How'd it go with those kids you've been working with? How'd they do in the baseball game?
Oh, we lost.
What happened?
Well, we wouldn't have lost if it hadn't been for that old rotten umpire. You see, I was sliding home with the winning run, you know? And this old blind sucker called me out.
No.
And I was safe. I'm out.
Why, I wish I'd have been there. By golly, I'd have told him a thing or two. I'd say, listen here, you big clumsy oaf. Wait till I get my hands on you. Why, I have half a mind to...
Yeah, what, Stone?
Oh, huh? Well, I have a mind to go home early. I'm not feeling too well. I'm feeling a pink slip coming on.
Out.
I was safe.
You were out.
I was safe.
You were out.
I was safe.
You were out.
Now, wait a minute,
I
Mr.
was-
Cushing, your eyes really aren't that good. Maybe she was safe.
Out.
You're right.